Hi everyone, welcome to another video of Sunday Morning Drives. Today we are reviewing the 2025 Volkswagen Golf GTI. We have already done a review of the 2024 version of this car. So today I will do a quick review of this car and show you the differences between the 2024 model and the 2025 model. The exterior differences are pretty small. There are a little bit more details on the front corners of the car, and also the lights are different. These lights are more simple, more clean, and has a less complicated design. I also really like the new wheels. These new wheels tie back to the traditional heritage GTI wheels with the 5-circle design. The back of the car remains pretty much the same with LED taillights and the twin exhaust pipes on either side of the car. The powertrain is still the inline-4 2-liter petrol turbo engine. Power figures has increased from 240 horsepower to around 260 horsepower. So there's a 20 horsepower difference between the 2024 and the 2025 version. The torque, however, remains the same with 370 Nm of torque. The claimed 0 to 100 time is also similar, around 5.9 seconds. First thing you notice is this very clear and large screen, which is very different from the old version. I think Volkswagen has done a really good job with the new infotainment system. There is a home button here where you can press anytime to go back to this home page. On the home page, there are quick access tabs to help you access your most favorite or most used programs or functionalities. This home page and the second page is also very customizable. You can press this here to customize whatever you want to see or use on the home page. There are also a set of quick access buttons that's always sitting on the top of the screen. This is all your apps. This is your vehicle status, and you can go into the full menu by pressing that button right there. This is your auto stop start on and off, your parking sensor and your parking camera. This assists is to change and turn your driver assist on and off. So this is really good. And this is to connect to your phone. There is also a quick access tab up here to change your brightness, your audio, your sound, your last destination. So all this is accessible always on the top, so that's really nice. And on the bottom here, this is your climate control. Again, this is always here, so you can always change your climate control, your temperature from this menu right here. And if you press this button, you'll go into the full menu. There are also small differences in the steering wheel. Volkswagen has listened to their customers and changed these buttons to physical buttons instead of the very hard to use touch-sensitive buttons that they had before. The steering wheel is very nice to hold. The size of it is just perfect, and it's fully lined in leather. There is a GTI badge down here and some red accents and red stitching on the steering wheel. I also really like this perforated material where your hands touch. One complaint with the steering wheel are these very small and plasticky pedals behind the steering wheel. They are too small to use and doesn't feel very good in your hands. They also don't click that well. I wish these pedals could have been a bit bigger and maybe a metal material to make it feel a bit more premium. On the left-hand side of the steering wheel, these buttons are to control your adaptive cruise control. This is for your volume. On the right-hand side, these buttons are to control your central dash. To change the view on the dash, you basically press this button, and you can toggle through 3 different view modes on the dash. And it's also very customizable. So you can press this button right here to change the information you want to see on the left-hand side, and this button right here to change the information showing on the right-hand side. In the center as well, you can toggle through different information that you want to show. by using this up and down button right here. The 2025 model also gets a heads-up display system. The GTI is a very practical vehicle with a lot of space on your door bin for your storage, a glove compartment here, your wireless charging port, your drive selects, parking brake, auto hold, and also your cup holders, and a 12-volt socket. There are quite a lot of space for the rear passengers, a decent sized headroom and also legroom. There are pockets behind the seats. There is also vents and a separate control panel for your climate control and a couple of USB ports. There are also ISO fixed points at the back. Decent storage for the rear passenger on the door cards. And you can open this up to access the boot space. The boot space of the GTI is also quite decent, with a very tidy and fairly large boot space. Under here, there is a spare wheel with tools. The rear seats also fold down very flat to give you more loading space. These seats, they are the same as the 2024 model, with the GTI badge in the center and the special insert in the middle. They provide adequate bolstering on the sides, and these seats are manually adjustable with the lumbar support, the incline, the up and down, and the front and back. Okay, driving the 2025 Volkswagen Golf GTI. Right now I'm in comfort mode, which is the default mode when you start up the car. The ride quality is really good in comfort mode because the damper setting is set to its softest setting. The whole car feels very compliant, rides over bumps and potholes really well. The whole car feels firm, but not uncomfortable or jarring. The steering feel is also quite good. The steering weight is perfect for daily driving. It's quite light and easy to maneuver. The total response is also quite good. It's not super sharp in comfort mode, but it's quite progressive and linear. There's also a lot of low-end torque to push the car along. So on a standing start, you feel the car is really quick off its feet. So that's a really nice feeling. The interior build quality and the material used are very good for its price range. It's very solid and there's no squeaks or rattles inside the car whatsoever. I also really like the new infotainment system and the new large screen, which makes it much easier to see and use. And the infotainment system is very intuitive and very easy to use as well. So let's now switch to sport mode and see how it drives on back roads. The throttle response is definitely sharper in sport mode, and you can feel there's much more noise coming into the cabin, both from the engine and from the exhaust. Wow, it sounds quite decent actually, and you feel like this car is quite a fun little car to drive on back roads. Right now I'm in auto mode, so the car switches gear by itself. It's quite a nimble car because it's not that heavy. Although it's only a 20 horsepower increase from the 2024 model, but I do feel this car feels a bit more powerful somehow. Maybe it's the mapping that Volkswagen has done to it, but I do feel this car has a bit more grunt. In terms of handling, the GTI has always been a very good handling car. In sport mode, the whole chassis firms up, so you can feel there's more support through the corners. Although there's a little bit of understeer if you push the car a bit hard, and there's quite a bit of body roll, but the whole thing feels quite nimble, especially on these tight back roads. It's a fun car to stroll around. You can drive this car fairly quickly on these tight back roads and have a lot of fun with it. This DSG gearbox is also really nice to use. You can use the pedals to shift yourself, and if you leave it in auto mode, in sport mode, it's also very smart. It downshifts and upshifts automatically to match your throttle and brake input. To be honest, I think the sound inside the GTI is quite decent. If I forward, it sounds quite nice inside the cabin. There is also an individual mode in this car where you can change all the settings for your DCC, which is your suspension, your steering, your drivetrain, your engine sound, interior sound, exterior sound. So there's quite a bit of adjustability. So overall, what do I think of the 2025 Golf GTI? I think this is a very fun and exciting little car to drive. When I drove it on the back road, I felt it sounded very good, handled well, and also I could notice that increased power from the 2024 model. The improvements from the 2024 model is also quite noticeable, especially the large infotainment screen. It's now easier to use. So the GTI is definitely an upgrade from your basic Golf. If you don't want to go as high as the Golf R, I think the GTI is perfect for everything. Basically, if you want a bit of excitement and if you want to use it as daily, I think the GTI is perfect. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this quick review of the new 2025 Golf GTI. Hope to see you again in our next video.